Hey everyone, Julian here, and today I'm going to be making a techno track from scratch. So to start off with, we're at 130 BPM, and yeah, I'm going to start with a kick. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a sample of like a regular kick. That one's pretty good, or okay, let's get that one. Cool. So what I'm going to do here is I'll put a loop here, and we'll just make some quarter notes here in this little MIDI thing. And this is going to be, I'm going to make like the rumble layer of the kick. So the way I like to make kicks is in two layers, sort of like this rumble layer, and then like more of the impact, like sort of hard hitting part of the kick. So the first thing I'm going to do to make this rumble is we're going to put this through some reverb. We're going to turn the dry wet up all the way. And I'll give it a bit of decay time. And cool. So the next thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to grab an amp. We'll keep it on the blues setting. I'll turn the gain up a little bit, turn the bass up a little bit as well. That's pretty good. As you can hear, it's getting pretty rumbly. And then the last thing, all we have to do is just filter it down. So I'll grab this auto filter, and there we go. We have a pretty nice rumble. So like I said, the next thing I'm going to do is get like an impact kind of part. So that's not too hard. You just have to find like a good kick. That's a pretty good one. Usually maybe I would try to make something, but in the interest of time here, we'll just work with some samples. So now when I play this, there we go. We have a pretty nice little techno kick. Alright, cool. So the mix between those isn't perfect just yet, but we'll get it more as we kind of go through the track. And yeah, so the next thing I'm thinking is maybe I'll make like an ARP of some sort. I think that would sound pretty cool. So let's get analog. I'm going to turn off oscillator 2. We'll get the amplitude. There we go. We just want like a short little kind of pluck. Maybe I'll turn the envelope up a bit on the filter. There we go. Let's turn it down just a little bit. There we go. And then we're going to go in here and we're going to switch this sub/sync thing to sync mode. There we go. I just want to give it like, a little bit of kind of something interesting. Cool. So I'm going to just make something in F minor. Maybe we'll do like this. Nice. These 5-note arpeggios are really cool because like the way that they restart when you just have them going on and on and on like this is like really nice rhythmically, I feel like. Dope, that sounds pretty good. So I guess I'm gonna put some reverb on that. Yeah, just like that is pretty good. And I'm honestly not really feeling this kick top layer, so maybe we could try a different one. Alright, let's roll with this one for now. This actually works pretty well. And as you can see, like, as I'm going on here, I'm kind of doing all the mixing. I feel like really, like, a lot of electronic music, especially the way that electronic music is made in 2018 and onward. But, like, a lot of electronic music in general is kind of really meant to be, like, mixed as you go. Just because, like, you can't really, like, it would be really hard to compose and mix this stuff separately from what I've experienced making it, and definitely you can kind of see from this video, like, you really have to sort of do a lot of this stuff as you go on. So the next thing I'm doing here is I'm grabbing this operator, and I'm making a little, like, hi-hat. And I really like to synthesize my own when I'm making techno, because it's really not that difficult. All I'm doing is I'm just getting some white noise here, and I'm going to put it through a bandpass filter. And if we mess with some resonance as well, yeah, you can see. Pretty straightforward kind of hi-hat there. And what this is gonna allow us to do as well is like we're gonna have kind of more control over it. Like if you wanted to, you could automate a lot of these parameters, like the frequency, the filter frequency, and the resonance, and all of that throughout the track. It's just gonna give you like more control. Like obviously, you're always gonna have more control when you're inside of the synth, like really working on the sound there. So yeah, and obviously we gotta mess with this a little bit. Oh, whoops. But that's not too difficult. Alright, there we go. Cool. So I'm gonna make another hi-hat, just like a sort of closed one. We can just make a really quick like white noise and operator again. We'll make something like that, and then I'll put this through a bandpass filter as well. White noise plus bandpass filters are like a really good combination. There we go. To make some pretty solid hi-hats. And I can also like kind of dial in that other one a little bit easier now as well. I tend to have a bit of an easier time when I already have the closed one. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Cool. So I'm gonna do a little bit of stuff to this ARP now, actually, with sound design. Because, like, we can get some very cool sounds out of this synth. And I just want to sort of hone that in. So I did that. Maybe let's sidechain it a little bit to the kick layer that isn't the bass one. So that would be this one. And I'm also going to turn down the filter frequency on these two hi-hats as well. Yeah, there we go. You notice you have to keep them kind of close with the filter frequency, because if you kind of let them go too far, it just sounds like two different things. It doesn't really fit together. Awesome. So let's try. I'm gonna try something here. I want to make like a big dong for the one. So let's do that. I've got serum here. I'm gonna do this in serum. What key are we in? All right, we're in F. Dope. But yeah, I want to do this in serum because, like, I don't know. It's just a little easier for me to synthesize these kind of sounds. It's gonna use. There we go. It's gonna use quite a bit of unison and stuff, and it's just easier to do that inside of serum for me. Cool. So what we're going to do here is we're going to, like I said, turn up the unison. And then I'm going to use this amplitude envelope, which is envelope 1 just by default in serum, to kind of shape this. Maybe we could do. So there we go. And we'll give a little bit of release. All right, cool. So now what we're going to do is put this filter on, and as you can hear, that's kind of what gives it the like doom sort of sound. Now you can do this kind of a few ways. I'm actually not going to put this on the cutoff here, this envelope. And yeah, we'll just do like that. That works. Now there's a bit of processing we gotta do this. The first thing I gotta do is cut out all the low end, because it's gonna really, really get in the way of that reverb kick. But as you can hear, when I do that, it's pretty much, you know, taken care of. Maybe we'll do it a little bit higher. All right, yeah, that's cool. So yeah, not too much there. I'm also gonna go in here and change the curve, or not the curve, but change this filter. There we go. I just wanted to let through a little bit more. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get a reverb, because obviously this wouldn't be much of like a, you know, long held out sound if it wasn't long and held out. Perfect. And then the last thing I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna copy this side chain from the little ARP. All right. Let's turn down that side chain a little. With these sounds, I'd like to have them sort of like side chained, but not like really, really, out of control. Awesome. So I guess I'm gonna do a little bit more stuff to this ARP real quick. Let's throw on an EQ8. I'm gonna make it sound kind of more lo-fi. Yeah, as a matter of fact, let's just filter it down a little bit. I like doing, even though we do have a low-pass filter, since this low-pass filter has such a strong envelope on it, to make it like a pluck, it's nice to have an extra low-pass at the end of the chain. Alright, that's pretty cool. Awesome. So let's also grab like some cassette noise and put that in the background. Because I think that could really help as well. Like with techno, I like to have a lot of kind of stuff like this, like just a lot of atmosphere. I think it really helps to just make the overall like track stronger, and like it really helps to just sort of put you in like a world. Like techno is so much about like atmosphere and space that you really need to do things within your track to put it in a space and give it some atmosphere. So that's kind of the purpose of this sort of stuff. Awesome. And we'll go past that just slightly. Let's make this a little bit longer. Awesome. Well, that's pretty good for like 12 minutes, I think. I think that's going to be it for this video. Once again, guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to let me know what you think of this video in the comments. Make sure to let me know also, like, if you like these track from scratch videos. Seems like you guys like them. I know a lot of people just like to see sort of like making a track from nothing to like this stage. So I'm happy to do them. But yeah, let me know in the comments. And make sure, like I said, to like this video as well as subscribe. You can get the project file from this video in the description for free as well. So make sure to pick that up. And yeah, I will see you guys again tomorrow with another tutorial.